Look from this side, you see the upper mark and the lower mark. The lower mark is where it should be under normal circumstance before you start your tractor. We'll talk about that, but we're doing word round first. And then when you start it, that's when it's now running where it should be. You know it will rise when you're running the engine. That's the mark. You shouldn't go beyond that so that you can do what? It can breathe. Okay? Let's proceed. This is the exhaust manifold. This is the exhaust port. This is the exhaust manifold. This is the exhaust pipe. You see this exhaust? It can tell you some answers to when there is a little problem. The smoke that will come out from here. Don't worry, we'll start it and you will see. Maybe that is when we'll analyze the type of smoke so that it will be clearer. This is what we call the FIP pump, fuel injection pump. This is the most costliest IR component on this tractor, but at the same time, the most sensitive. You know why? If you use bad diesel, this is where the problem will start. The performance will start dropping. The torque, the horsepower will start dropping. You will say, Patrick, machine cleaner, it's like it's not having power anymore. I'll tell you what kind of diesel did you use. I will tell you where to get the correct diesel so that that problem of the diesel will be solved. Because that is the greatest problem we have. Bad diesel. You are all in Nigeria, you know what I'm saying. Instead of this bad diesel to enter this engine and it will knock, this one will give way. This pump will spoil. The rotor head doesn't even mind, it will break inside. Yes, it's a safety measure. So instead of you losing the whole machine, you will lose only the FIP. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's part of safety constructed into it. Then from there, this is what we call the turbocharger. You see this turbocharger is small. Many of our competitors too, they don't have this on their machine. This is turbocharger. It charges the gas. Which gas? The air mixture, the air from the air cleaner, and then the hot air that comes from incomplete combustion in your manifold, that's this chamber. When it comes up here, you can see it from the air port. It comes in and the air comes in here, then they mix here. With the impeller it rolls, so it will give it more energy. So when we say this is 65 horsepower, by the time we put our torque assessor, you see it's giving you 70.1 horsepower. If we tell you 75 horsepower, it's giving you 80, 81 now. You understand? And some of you will say, this pump, let us change it to inline pump. We have inline pump, we have rotary pump. This is a rotary pump. All of them are called FIP, fuel injection. Inline pump is the type that has elements and valve that you can change it, you can calibrate. This one is rotary pump. We have it in 65, 75, that's the inline. We have rotary in all of them. So it's the one you like, we'll give to you. It helps to boost the horsepower of the tractor. And that is why when you hear the sound of our tractor, if it's working, you're not, you get it. But by the time the torque starts dropping, the horsepower starts dropping, you see the sound too will start doing what? Dropping. By then you too, you will know that something is beginning to happen. Then this is your hand grip. You can see this is left, this is right. 1, 2, you go like this, and you sit down. It goes 3 steps. If you take your right step, it will go 4 times. If you take your left step, you will go 3. If you take your right step, you will go 4. You understand? But we'll explain that once we are through with this. Then we'll now talk of starting the tractor. When you climb to start, then you will see what I'm trying to say. And what? When you are coming down, whether you're coming down from the right or you're coming down from the left, you do what? You turn your back. Watch me. You say, you don't turn your face this way. You climb this way. You understand? If you're coming down, the same thing. We'll repeat that when we are now cranking the engine so that we'll understand it better. Here we have the clutch. On the right hand side, we have the brakes. This clutch, that is what? The brakes. When we get there, we'll explain why the pedal is double. Here's the dashboard. Your trafficator is here. Your horn is here. And let's go over there, then we'll talk about the hand hand throttle. This is the range gear. Then we have the gears there. This tractor has gear 1, 2, 3. That is A, B, C. And then in A, you have 1, 2, 3. B, 1, 2, 3. C, 1, 2, 3. By the time we are cranking the machine, we will tell you what you need, the best speed to operate with in your farm. All right? And then when you are going, assuming he's going to drive this now from here to the road and then to his farm. Of course, he won't go at the same speed that is inside the farm. So definitely we'll tell you the speed ranges, okay? So this is your tool box where you can just put some of your tools. Normally we give you the wheel spanner, we'll give you the grazing gun, because we'll get to that once we're talking of starting the engine. All right, this is the ROP. We call it ROP, like canopy, to help protect you from the sun. The seat, there's a seat belt, which you already know the advantage of a seat belt. All right, this is the fender. Okay, let's get back here. This is the fuel tank. Fuel tank capacity 68 liters.
68.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 68 liters. This is where you gauge your hydraulic oil. This hydraulic oil, it serves for your brakes, it serves for your steerings, it serves for your hitch. That is, whatever job you want this machine to do here is the hydraulic oil. This tractor does not have brake pad because we are in the era of using hydraulics fluid to provide brake. That is why you can use it for years because you have brake pad bar. You can see the advantage of what we are saying, but you must make sure that your oil is what? Gauged. There is no leakage. Once there is no leakage, it is supposed to be a closed system. Closed system, that is, nothing goes in, nothing goes out. In Kazo Kaduba, it is still at the gauge. And watch, it is not for you to draw here. You get me? You hold here and do what? Unscrew. You see it? And this is how you gauge it. The head will be down like this. You can see the gauge. You can see the lines.
Yes.
Thank you. And look at the kind of oil. You see how bright it is.
Clean.
See, you understand? This is what is expected of us. You clean it, you put it back, you gauge. Okay? Then when you close, that's all. And then it stays. You see it? That is it. This is the hitch. This is where the machine does serious job. You cannot carry this, but this machine can carry it. You understand? And it will use it to run over 10 hectares in a day. So even if you call all your village people, you see, it's a problem.
Yes.
So most of the 99% of the machines we have are hitch type, where you have the 3 points. Then the other ones are like the tipping trailer, your boom sprayer, that will have to do with the PTO. You connect the propeller there while you are carrying it, and then it turns. You open the arms, it sprays. If it is your tipping trailer, you bring it, hitch it here with the drawbar. It will just take it along, no issues.
How about the planter?
The planter is a 3-point hitch. Yes. You get me? I'm leaving this so that later we'll be asking the question. This is called the lift arm. Left, do you see? Left and what? Right. You see, this right one has what? A butterfly here. It helps in balancing whatever you put here. It must balance. If it is not balanced, it will be breaking. This will break, this will break, this will break, this will break. You say this machine is not good because you have not balanced it, so it's experiencing some tightness at some end instead of balancing. So we'll show you how to hitch. And that hitching, you watch, if you're behind it and you're looking, you'll find that when this one is tension, it will be pointing, the head will be pointing exactly here. This is your SMV, just like you know it, your triangle for small moving vehicle, so that slow moving vehicle. And it reflects in the night and all whatnot. That's just what it does. Okay? Just like you can bring it out, you lose it, keep it somewhere, like you have a flat tire or something. So this is the 3 hitching points. This is the lower arm. Left lower arm, right
lower arm.
Left check chain, right
Check chain.
So we call it stabilizer link. But many operators call it what?
Check chain.
Check chain. To checkmate it, to make sure it doesn't get to this place. It doesn't dangle. Are you getting what I'm saying? This is the top link. It takes care of the top, but it helps you during hitching. So when you want to hitch any implement that is a 3-pointer, you hitch from the left first, then the right hand side will come. Because with the right, it's easier for you to just determine it like this. Adjust, and the thing will do what? Balance. This one will maintain a lateral conversion on the implement to be sure that it is like a bed. If it is not like a bed, it will be breaking. So if you look at some tractors, you will see this is broken, this is broken, this is broken because of what? Poor alignment. Poor alignment. You can take this in, you can bring it out with this, with the aid of this, you turn it. Anyhow you're turning it, you see the implement will be behaving that way. So by then you are the one to know the direction that you want it. But the important thing is you know that this is for top leveling. This is for what? Side. This is the double brake pedal, right? You see this double brake pedal? It coordinates all the brakes. Watch, if you use your hand, you just tap like this, it becomes 1-1. The essence of this, although I don't say it much, is in terms of when you are in the wood, in the farm, and you enter inside one hole, and nobody to assist you mostly in the farm. So what you do, you stop the tractor there, it's in the hole. You put the tractor in one and engage in one. That's A1, gear 1, just like the first gear, so that it will be able to pull. But if the hole is that simple type, you can maintain it like this, it will pull out. It will jack out. The second one is, if it is a 4x4, you stop, engage the gear like I have said, step on this. If you step on it once, the drop box, it has engaged. The tractor will just do like this. It will just jump out. So when it jumps out, you drive to that extent, you do what? You will stop. Step on it again, it will disengage. Are you getting what I'm saying? Fine. Then another essence of these pedals, if you're driving in a snow, you know the white man considers all types of terrain and then limits some machine to some countries because they didn't impute some facilities. Like this one, if you're going in a slippery mud, it's gonna happen. But you must learn it first. If you disengage this, if it's slipping to the right, you step on this, it will go to the other side. If it's slipping to the left, you step on this, it will return to the other side. I don't know if you understand. Because if you engage the whole 4, it will just take you like that into the wood. But for you to operate this, you must have had wisdom of it. It doesn't take time to learn. It means when you drive from here to there, but it must be a little slippery so that you can test it. But don't test it in a valley. She is understood, ba? This is the foot throttle. Bam, 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 bam. We don't like people firing our tractor. It doesn't have need like that type. Some will bam, 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 boom, boom. No need. It doesn't need it. The turbocharger is there. But when you start the engine, allow it to run for about 5 minutes. Everything is okay. The hydraulics has picked up some temperature. Yeah, it heated up a little, and then it will perform at maximum. Not more than 5 minutes when you crank it. But if you stay more than 5 minutes, no issue. This is the hand throttle. You know when you're doing some operation like boom spraying, when you're spraying chemicals, you just don't run like when you're doing plowing or harrowing. There's a specific range. That range between 1,000, 1,200 or 250, depending on what you're spraying. That's the chemical you're spraying. You just tap this like this until it reaches 1,200. It will turn to automatic. It can't go more than that, even if you step on this place. It will maintain that 1,200. You continue to do what? To spray. When you have finished spraying or you want to go and stop and add more chemical, when you are driven out of the farm, you disengage this. This will start to work. You drive out, mix your chemical, come back to the farm. You put it again at what? 1,250. That is how you maintain the same movement. It means the same literage of the chemicals will be sprayed. Am I correct? Then, this is what we call the range. You see this place? You see 1, 2, 3. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With this one, you see with that one, you can lift what we have behind. You understand? You can take it up and you can do what? Bring it down. You are going to see it in operation. While the other one is the depth control. Depth control, Zurpi. That's how deep you want it. First, you drive from here to here. You lower your garmadas, you lower your implement. You go with it, you come back, you stop, come down, check the depth. If that is the depth you want, you lock it there. If that is not the depth, you increase. If the depth is too much, you do what? You reduce. You understand what I'm saying? That, yes, it increases now. So if you want to reduce it, you start coming back. If you get what you want, you lock it there. So you see, that's the mechanization we are talking about. All the depth will be equal. The speed will be the same. The chemicals will be the same. So they will all grow at the same time because it's the same weather. Am I correct? Time for harvesting, it will be the same. And if you have used the planters, if not broadcasting, it means you will do the harvesting without even stepping on any of the crop. Am I correct? Yes. You know what I mean by using the planters to plant. Yes. With the planter, you can finish 10 acres. Sharp, in a day. With the tractor, with the implement, stress is reduced. The issue of drinking Panadol, Quaya, different types for waist pain and back pain is gone. The cost at the same time is reduced, although it will be spread. You understand what I mean? And then joy, happiness, more food on our table, then more to sell. And that will make us better farmers, and Nigeria will become better again. Any questions so far? Then this place is the filter. This is the fair filter. This is the Kickstarter. This is the steering pump. We call it the tandem pump or the steering pump. You see, one pipe comes up like this, the other one goes like this. One is for the brakes and one is for the steering. So if your steering develops some problem, you will start claiming, my brake is not working very well, like it used to be. It means because two of them are linked to the same pump. You understand? But what may cause any of the slightest problem? Leakage. Every time you park your tractor, in the morning, look around it before you move. Because when you park it, if there's any leakage, the pressure will drop and it will start to do what? Drop the oil on the ground. If there is, you will notice it and you will watch out. If your water level drops and you don't see where it's dropping on the ground, look at the clips, although that's for older tractor, because the gripping point of the clip after a long time will give a slight cut and you won't see it pissing. You won't see it shooting out until you pack it, because by then the water pump is no longer working. It will now be looking for where to drop from. So you just lose the clip, try to remove it. If you see water on the body, it tells you it's the hose. Either you cut it and fix or you get another hose. Okay? So what again on this side? This is the hydraulic filter. This one filters that oil we showed you at the back, because it's the oil that does what? Your brakes, your steering, and your hitches. Is that understood? So everything that requires energy to do, what does the job? It's the oil that actually generates that pressure that you need through the valves. Okay? Fine.
Is there a difference in mounting it through this side?
No, the same thing. Just like I said, you can take it from that side, you can take it from this side, but you must maintain the same pattern. Face up when you're going, and when you're coming down, you do what? Backward. Okay? This is the oil filter. Engine oil filter. The other one is what? Hydraulic filter. Hydraulic filter. So if you ask me and I say, which filter have you changed? Or go and change that filter at the back, the hydraulic filter. Not you come here and change it, because this is front. No, it's true. Let's understand it now. This is the alternator. All John Deere tractors, no matter how big, over 300 horsepower with air condition, doesn't use more than 12 volts. This is something that is unique. Other ones will use 24 volts. All our headlamps, everything 12 volts, but they will even shine more than those ones with 24 volts. That is the way it's made. Okay? This is the belt, this is the fan blade. Of course, I've told you this one goes to the turbocharger. This is a tie rod. This is a 4x4 tractor. This pipe you see, where did it enter? It entered this hydraulic filter. And from this hydraulic filter, it goes to the axle. It supplies that hitch, everything at the back, including the brakes. You understand? So this is the central fuse. You see this place? We normally put, you can see tiny wire is there. The essence of the tiny wire is for me to know when you have malhandled it. Because the moment you open this, that wire will give way. And if I visit you, I will see that that wire is no longer there. Then I'll ask you, what did you go to do there? You get what I'm saying?